Hey guys, and welcome back to Leisure to Treasure. It's transfer special end of season review time. Let's get into it, shall we? Right guys, let's get straight in the end of season review then. The new arrivals. So Zabret getting signed into the season. C+. 52 appearances with a 7.02. I am slightly surprised he got signed into the season. I mean, we did bring Connor Johnson in and Echo Elimbi. Actually, look at it. Connor Johnson was our best player ratings wise, but Zabret getting it. 10 with a deal. So Johnson with a C. Echo Elimbi with an A+. Jaden Thompson Brissett, 2 goals off what I wanted from him. I should have said 20 goal contributions because he does have 2 assists. It's quite worrisome actually that he's only got 2 assists. Playing as that pressing forward on defend. I'd expect to have seen a few more. Jack Leely as well. Obviously, big injury for him. He missed a lot of games because of that. But again, still getting 10 assists, 14 goal contribution. Hadji with a 7. A couple of these are like signings that I didn't make because I did not sign that guy. So he must have been in beforehand. Ben Little, Benny Ashley Seal. Yeah, a lot of these guys are the guys that have come in before my reign. Transfers out. Again, a lot of the guys are nothing to do with me. Paddy McLaughlin, the only one that I got rid of. C- for him. Right. The season results. Just confirms. 101 points finish. Actually losing 2 of our first 4 games as well. Bear in mind we only lost 3 all season. Just shows how bad a start we actually had. Only winning 3 of our first 6 games and then just went on an absolute tear. Never looked like losing. Average home attendance of 2,890, 33% home attendance. Just shows we can pack a lot more fans in, get a lot more gate receipts next season, hopefully. Competition top scorer, Jack Redshaw with 33 goals, and the board are delighted. Obviously, minimum expectation was reach the playoffs, up as champions. They're always going to be happy. And the FA Cup knocked out in the 3rd round by Leicester City. Jaden Thompson Brissett got 6 goals in the FA Cup. Minimum expectation was reach the 1st round. We got knocked out in the 3rd by Leicester City, the Premiership. Again, B-, border delighted. FA Trophy, we didn't do all that great in. We got knocked out in the 5th round. Minimum expectation was 2nd. The board really weren't bothered about this one. Ollie's Ison with the most goals in that with 4. Now for moments to remember. The biggest win. Our 6-1 victory over St Albans in the FA Cup. Thompson Brissett getting 4 of them 6 FA Cup goals in that game. The match to remember, the 2-1 away win against Oldham in the FA Cup. And then goal of the season was Jack Redshaw in the 69th minute. And we're going to have to watch that, aren't we? Let's see that goal. See if I can even remember it. I know we did have a few pearlers. I remember the little scoring one from about 30 yards. Over the top, Redshaw. I mean, it's all right, but bread and butter goal. The finances. This is where it might go down a little bit. Let's have a look. So, club reputation, 1.5 star previously, still 1.5 stars. No new sponsorship deals. Obviously, this is all green because nothing's applicable. So, shirt sales, 61,000 we made on shirts, which is good, especially for Vanarama North side. Redshaw, the highest shirt seller, obviously 33 goals, always going to be. Harry Bunn, Thompson Brissett, Lely, and Mitch Rose. Now that is a strange one. We got him on as a non-contract player, signed him up for a year. Just never really got going for us. He's actually our highest paid player. He's on like £1,100. And he's definitely not getting re-signed next season. How we lined up. Right, so this is the team of the year. So Brett in goal, Hadji at right back, Ekwa, Limby and Johnson, Newton at left back, Dan Neil, Jagney. Yeah, I was going to say I can understand it, but not really. I know Little came in later than everybody else, but I'd still have him in there. I'm sure he averaged a 7 on his average rating. Seems strange that Jagney gets the call, but he is our own player. Little's only on loan, so we'll accept it. Jack Leely, right wing, always gonna be. This is the question mark one. Ollie Dyson gets it on the left-hand side over Harry Bunn. Now, both have been extended for next year, but interesting that Dyson gets picked over Bunn. Then up front, Jack Redshaw and Jaden Thompson Brissett. Look at Jack Redshaw. Played 40, so he's played 46 games. He's had 47 goal involvements. Great stuff. Might just have to throw the wage at him, you know. So, as accolades go, won Manager of the Month in November, December, February, March. So we kind of won it for the season, which is annoying. Club Awards, Fan Player of the Year, Jack Redshaw. Young Player of the Year, Connor Johnson. Signing of the Season, Gregor Zabret. Goal of the Season, which we've seen, Jack Redshaw. Top goal scorer, Jack Redshaw. Most assists, Ollie Dyson. Most Player of the Match awards, Jack Redshaw. Highest average rating, Jack Redshaw. Most passes completed per 90 minutes, Michael Woods. Well, there you go. You would expect that to be Dan Neil, being our deep line playmaker. But Michael Woods did used to come in and cover there. Interesting that he has a higher pass completion rate than Dan Neil. Competition awards, there is none. So, record breakers. Most overall goals by player in the season, Jack Redshaw with 37. League goals, 33, Redshaw again. Again, Ollie Dyson most assists, 11. Zabret with 27 clean sheets. That will be hard to beat. That could be on there for quite some time. And then again, most Player of the Match awards, Redshaw. And worst disciplinary, Sean Newton with 9 yellows and 1 red. History in the making. Here we go. So just to confirm, we've gone up with champions. And Lewis Smith of skysports.com. It was a memorable year for the Minster men, who got off to a tremendous start in November that provided them with a platform to top the table and go on to win the competition. Well, I wouldn't particularly agree with that because we were shocking in them first 6 games, but we certainly battled back and triumphed in the end. So that was the end of season review. And there you go. So anybody who actually knows what the hell these actually mean, enjoy. We're there. We're near the bottom left. I'm guessing that means good, maybe. Guessing this is like goals conceded up here. Who's at the top? Potentially. And then attacking efficiency, we were aggressive and clinical. So let's have a look. So our XG was 76.1. We actually scored 79 goals. So we were above our XG. Our expected points were 87.4. And our actual points were 101. So that is really good. I mean, 15, more than 15, no, just under 15 points over what we should be. Almost 5 wins. That is some good going. So, club vision and expectation meeting. Oh, is that new? Played defensively solid football. Can't remember that being there. Play possession football and play high tempo pressing football. We do all them things, but I'd rather not have them all on there. Work within the wage budget, which we didn't last year, but again, we'll see what we can do with that. Panorama National wants mid-table. I'm actually going to negotiate this because I don't want any of this on. Suggest. How about that? So they want defensively solid football. Right, we'll go with that. Didn't really want to be playing that low, to be fair, because it does mean on the games where it's 0-0 and we're going for a goal, we're probably going to have to think to ourselves, just take a step back and defend, eke out the 0-0 draw, which is not really what I like to do. But hey ho, squad dynamics update again. Only Newton and Tinkler up there. So Newton probably does go. So Tinkler's going to have to take that team lead spot, and then you're looking at these guys, hopefully to step up. The likes of Harry Bunn, Ollie Dyson, Connor Johnson. Let's have a look. End of season. Let's discuss the plans. So it was mid-table, wasn't it? It's been a great season. You've all done well. I'm going to give you all a chance. Just trying to read through these. So I'm going to go with new faces. There we go. That's exactly the sort of reaction I was after. Pump the fist while we say it. We're not going to make any promises. Go off and enjoy your holiday. That'll do. They all seemed happy enough with that. Season team report. Obviously has Benny Ashley Seal as the starting striker because of Redshaw dropping off. These are just the usual injury reports, just shows you how long they were out for. So top there's Lucas Martin, we don't play, but there Harry Bunn, Jack Leahy, both missed 3 months of action. Matty Brown won't be around. Tinkler missed 6 weeks. So we do have a couple of players who are a little bit injury prone. They've gone on holiday. Right. Well, seeing as though they've gone on holiday, I'll let yous go on holiday for a little bit and I'll be back with some transfer updates. Right, so here we are on the set to expire page. As you can see, most of the guys I have just set to release. Harry Flatters, I have offered him a new contract, but that new contract does come with, I think it's £250 per week we're playing him. It's very much on a, if you play, you will get paid basis. Hence why we've kept him in the squad. Everybody else we've set for release. But we are just going to go into this contract offer with Jack Redshaw. He's currently on £750. Seems silly that we're not going to re-sign him, but I don't want to pay over the odds. So we'll go into it. See again, fringe player. He wants important player. We'll accept it for now. He wants a 3-year deal. Can't give him a 3-year deal. I only want to give him 1 year. So this may well be negotiations over. Give him 1,200. See what he says. And there, backed into a corner. He's wanting somewhere that's going to offer him a lot more years on the contract than we are. I cannot justify paying that much money for him. Didn't actually realise he's got a staff roles. He's a 30-year-old coach. Exit them negotiations. Might go back in for him actually as a staff member, as a dual staff and player. Right, we'll jump back in probably when the youth players arrive at the club and I'll show you all of them. Well, here we are. First day of the transfer window. We've got 11 new players to get through. So we'll start with Ethan Fitzhugh. 2.5 star. He was actually shown as 3 when we signed him, but look at that deal. £170 per week. Absolute bargain. Can play all across the front 3 as our classic. Comes in at right back and left back on 2.5 stars. And he actually comes in as our 7th best right midfielder. Bear in mind, Ashley Seal won't be here. But yeah, good cover at that price. Cheap as chips. And then Marco Russ. 425 for this one. Again, winger, 3 stars. is a natural attacking midfielder, but as you can see, much better on that wing. Look at the coaching report. He comes in just behind Jack Leely as our second best right winger. Potential to be a League One player as well in the future. Max McMillan. This is the big one. £950 per week. 3.5-star current potential. I mean, he's quick. He can dribble. He's got good first touch, good finishing, good technique. The only thing that worries me a little bit is decision making. But again, everything else more than makes up for that. His coaching report says he has potential to be a championship player in the future. And he comes in as a League 2 level player. And that just shows that him and Thompson Brissett are probably going to be the strike partnership for next season. Really happy with that capture. He's coming from Leeds. Then we've got Daniel Iyagog, 2.5 stars, £325 per week. He comes in and he'll probably be our starting wing back. Although I think we are going to have Hadji in on another season-long loan. So he will potentially be a bench player. Or Hadji may well go at centre-back. Again, potential to be a League One player in the future. Comes in just behind Tinkler. Then we have Terrell Whitaker. He's 2.5 stars. £400 per week. Can play on either wing. We're probably going to have him there as a substitute impact striker. He's got good dribbling, good determination. Look at his coaching report. Potential to be a League One left winger. If we put him as striker, comes in as our 6th best, but Cassidy, Redshaw and Ashley Seal won't be here next season. So he'll be right up there battling for a place in the side. Then we have Charlie Savage, Robbie Savage's son. 3-star current ability. Comes in as box-to-box, potentially midfielder. 15 natural fitness. Again, only paying £300 a week. He's got the potential to be a championship midfielder in the future as well. He comes straight in as our 3rd best central midfielder behind Neil and Little. Then we've got Will Tizard, 2.5-star centre-back on £170 per week. He's League One potential. Comes in as the 6th best centre-back at the club. Let's try and fire through these for you now. Obby, he comes in £550 per week. 3-star current ability. He potentially will be our starting centre-back. Because can't see who's getting Ekwa Limby back this season on loan. So he comes in as our 4th best centre-back. And this is what I meant about Hadji. He may well be in with Johnson. I haven't quite decided yet. And he's got potential to be a League 2 player. Then we've got Matthew Craig, 18-year-old central midfielder. Box-to-box. Great stamina. Good tackling. He's only on £325 a week and has potential to be a championship player. He'll come in as our 6th best, but what will actually be 5th best once Mitch Rose's contract expires. We've got 2 more to show you now. Tyler Denton, 25-year-old left back on £600 per week. He's 2.5-star current ability, but he's attack and wing back, which is what we were after. I think he actually will come in, as our best left back, because as I say, Ekwelimbi, likelihood is we won't be able to get him in next season, and if we did, he'd be playing centre back, and Newton obviously and Duckworth to leave the club, so he actually comes in as our only left back. And last but not least, Ollie Ewing. He's a 2.5-star current ability, £300 per week, central midfielder or defensive midfielder. He'll come in and provide competition in central midfield. Again, 9th best central midfielder, but in and around. He'll be in and around the squad because he has the potential to be a championship central midfielder in the future. We've got a load of people coming in on trial. I'll show you a few more we've got contracts in for. So Harrison Biggins, he will come in on the 1st of next month. He's a box-to-box midfielder, 3-star current ability. And then we've offered contracts to Eddie Carrington of Tottenham, who, if you watch a previous episode, I showed you this guy. He's a 3.5-star ability player. If we get him, I will be really happy. Joel Lopez, he's fantastic left back, but unfortunately, as you can see there, Derby and Huddersfield are also interested in him. And then Gary's son, little Harvey Neville, he just comes in purely to provide cover for left back more than anything, as well as right back. But as you can see, a couple of the Spanish clubs in for him, because he did start his career at Valencia when his dad was manager there. So you would think they would never want another Neville back in Spain after how Gary did. But they do. So we'll go into the future a little bit more. I'll get a few more trialists in. Get the out-of-contract players out of the squad. And I'll show you what the squad looks like for the upcoming season. Full disclaimer, we are at the start of the season now. My mic wasn't turned on, so I've just realised I've wasted about 30-40 minutes of footage. I only realised when I went into the edit that it's actually missing. So I'm going to have to go through all of the signings you haven't seen so far and a couple of outgoings, which are going to have a huge impact on this transfer special. So QPR did come knocking for Jack Lealey, and as you can see, they got their man. I couldn't stand in his way. I mean, at 18 years old, he's going to go there. There's potential to bring him back on loan, but because of the signings we've made, we don't actually need to. So he's valued at £68,000 now. He was 21.5 when he was with us. We managed to bring in a flat £170,000 for him, which, I'm sorry, you don't say no to that money. In Vanarama National League, get him out the door, wish him well. And yeah, crazy money for this league. So you've seen all of them incomings at the start the transfer window. The other outgoing that actually didn't look like it was going to came out of nowhere. Lan from Northern Ireland came in for Jaden Thompson-Brissett, potentially our other best player. Now he's valued at 110,000 now. I think he was around 68,000 when they put the bid in. We managed to get £200,000 flat for him, which again signed him on a free at the start of last season, and we've made £370,000 off 2 free transfers from last year. This is how you play non-league football. Now for the ins. Harrison Biggins, who you did see on the last clip. He's a box-to-box midfielder, 3-star. Current ability with 4-star potential. He comes in for £700 a week. We've got Malik Dyke-Steele, a Bury youngster. He's purely in to provide cover. He's going to be a right winger. Cameron Ledwich from Southampton comes in another 3 transfer for £300 per week. He'll likely go out on loan. We've got him loan listed with a club after him. Tavon Campbell comes in from Cheltenham. He's going to be starting striker / substitute. He'll be in and around the mix as an advanced forward. 3 stars. He's coming on £500 per week. Stefan Vukaji. He's coming from Brighton. He's actually I'm going to be playing him on the left wing as an inverted winger. Again, he'll be in and around the squad with 3-star current ability. He's on £350 per week. Then we've got Matthew Blake. Now he will be starting. He will be our new left back for this season. He's 21-year-old Welshman, £525 per week. And he was released by Swansea. And then we've got Ben Geraghty. He was released by Blackpool. He's probably going to come in as a box-to-box midfielder or potentially deep-lying playmaker. He's as good at both roles, both 3-star. Current ability on both of them, so can provide cover for both. But more than likely, he'll be in and around the squad for Ben Little. He's on £1,300 per week at 24-year-old. And he's got some potential as well. Then we've got Will Rickard, released by Burnley. He's only on £275 per week. He'll be in and around the squad as a right winger. 19-year-old Welshman, 5-star potential. And then we've got Leighton Undukwu. He came in as free transfer. He'll be playing, he is our starting right winger with 3.5-star potential. He's quick, he's mobile. And yeah, he's on £1,600 per week, 22-year-old Englishman. Look at his career stats. He was released by Leicester. And if you look, actually played twice for them last season. Obviously, substitute appearances, but again, really good player for this level, and has excellent tackling as well. And with the gegenpress approach that we have, that is perfect. I mean, when you look at him, he screams wing back. But we're going to try and develop him as an inverted winger. And then on the other side, on the left wing, we have Josh Kay, who's another good 3.5-star player. Again, inverted winger. He's probably going to displace Harry Bunn out the side. He's 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He comes in on £1,800 a week. So big money for him. But he's 24-year-old, so he should be there or thereabouts. On his potential, he's come from Barrow. He was released by Barrow last season and actually played 43 times in League Two. So he's dropped back down to the National League where he spent a fair bit of his career, actually. Originally started off at Flyde and then got transferred to Barnsley, Tranmere, Chesterfield, so he's got plenty of low league experience. He'll come in and probably be our starting left winger. Then we've got Giles Phillips, who is going to be our main man at the back and also our vice captain. I know when you look at him, he doesn't scream vice captain, but that's what they were. The assistant manager recommended, and our captain's probably not going to be playing that much this season in Tinkler. He's just not really good enough for this level. So yeah, Giles Phillips comes in as vice captain. He's probably going to captain most games. He's been sent off on a leadership course, so hopefully that will improve him. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. He's on £2,200, so he's not cheap. But yeah, I have full confidence in this guy being more than good enough for this league. He's coming from Wickham. Didn't play at all last season. No. Yeah, didn't play at all last season for them. But did play 11 games on loan for them the season before in League One. Then we have Jake Turner, who's going to be pushing Zabret for starting goalkeeper this season. I think for now, Zabret's never really let me down, especially in that second half of the season. So for now, he keeps the gloves. But Jake Turner, if we can improve his positioning as a goalkeeper, if we can get that up to about 10, I think he takes the gloves off Zabret. I really do. He's come in for £950 per week, 22-year-old Englishman, come from the Newcastle reserves. As you can see there, hasn't really played a massive amount. Staley Bridge, a couple of loan spells here and there, but he's only played 19 games in his career. Originally Bolton youth player. Then we have Keelan O'Connell, who's a 21-year-old Englishman. Screams Irish to me, but there you go. He's going to come in. I'm wanting to actually play him on the right-hand side as an inverted winger. Just get them guys pushing in, supporting the strikers with the wing-backs pushing forward. 3.5-star current ability, but again, he's going to start off as 3-star current ability on this right-hand side. Just actually make sure that we're training him. No, we're not. We're going to go at the right-hand side, inverted winger on support. There we go, that's that done. And then, because Thompson Brissett left, it left a little bit of a hole for us for a pressing forward. So Benny Ashley Seal, who was on loan last season, he was on the transfer list for an absolute bargain of £14,750. So even though he's dropped down to us, he's still valued at nearly 30k. He did a job for us last season. I probably didn't use him as much as I should have, but the way Thompson Brissett was playing and the way Redshaw was playing, it was difficult to get him in the side apart from when we were rotating for fitness, because them two were just fantastic. So he does come in as our starting striker in that pressing forward role. Now, obviously, he wants to play attacking because of his finishing. I'm starting off the season as we played last year with him in a defensive role, which doesn't suit him as much. But again, we definitely have this guy training as that. 5-star potential ability, 3-star current ability, and he only wants to be classed as a fringe player. So there's actually, even though he's probably going to be one of our star players, I would say, he's only going to be wanting to play a game every month, if that, as a fringe player. So they are our transfer updates. Now, you've got away with one, really, because this is a lot quicker. I've gone through and reviewed this compared to the actual videos we did before, but because, as I say, the mic dropped out and I lost the audio, I've had to do it this way, unfortunately. So if we look at club finances, they're absolutely flying. Like I say, if we look here, wage budget, we're currently spending £31,118 per week. We have a wage budget of £35,000. We've still got £84,000 in the bank. If we look at transfers in, I'm still trying to get another striker. Ideally, we get Liam Cullen in. These two rejected the offers. Arguably, well, Liam Cullen is better than Ryan Cassidy for what I want him to be. But if you look at Cullen, I mean, he's only 57% scouted, but the lowest he's going to be is 3.5 stars. So he's going to be more than good enough for what we want. I want him to come in as a striker, and he potentially, I don't know with that pace what we're going to do with him. I would like him to be a pressing forward. If you look at his mentals, that's what it points towards. Pressing forward on attack, but again, doesn't have a massive amount of strength or natural fitness. Now, let me have a look. Let's go into team report. We'll review the squad depth. So I'll show you, as mentioned, Zabret and Jake Turner as the two goalkeepers, both 3 stars. Hadji and Oyigok as the right backs. Left back, we've got Blake, Denton and Ledwidge. Ledwidge is more than likely going to go out on loan just because they don't seem playing a massive amount with Denton and Blake there. Same with Flatters in goal. We've offered him out on loan. At centre-back, we've got Giles Phillips, Johnson, Obi, Tinkler and Will Tizard. Again, Tizard, probably going to offer him out on loan because I don't see him getting a massive amount of games just because of the fact that Tinkler is our captain. And just because of the lack of leadership, I feel like we do have to play him more than I would like. I would like to bring Tizard through. But if we can get him out on loan, and there is a couple of clubs interested, that will be better for his development. Then, in midfield, we have, of course, Dan Neal and Ben Little. But as their backups, we've got little Charlie Savage. We've got Biggins. We've got Gerrity, Jagney. I'm probably going to try and offload. Craig and Ollie Egwin. Them two, I'm going to try and get them out on loan. There's a couple of clubs interested in them as well. But yeah, Jagney I'm probably going to try and sell. Then on the right, Undukwu, Rickard, O'Connell. Benny Ashley Seal's shown up there, but I'll just take him out of there because obviously, as usual, I have them filtered to where I'm actually going to play them, which is not a good look when you see that I've got 6 players who are capable of playing on this right wing. So yeah, there's a couple of these guys who are probably going to go out on loan as well. I think I've got Fitzhugh to go out on loan, potentially Rice as well. Dykesteel I'm probably going to keep around as a backup just because he's 20 and he's probably done most of his potential. Then on the left we've got Kay, Bunn, Fukoji and Dyson. See here, I'm tempted to get rid of Dyson. I am tempted to get rid of Dyson. Because if we sell Dyson, sell Jagney, it just takes out some of the bulk in the squad. There is a lot of bulk. Then up front, we've got McMillan, we've got Campbell, Benny Ashley-Seal, and Terrell Whitaker. So yeah, as you can tell by that, our squad is massive. Which isn't, you can look at it two ways. It's fantastic because we're playing in the Vanarama National League. It's a big league. It's a long old slog of a season. So there's 36 players on there, and one of them is a trialist who I'm looking at to take on loan for the season, which is this guy, which, let me summon my inner Google Translate because I'm horrendous at pronunciation. Rule. No, it's Sotirus. Sotiru. I'm going to go with Sotiru. So he's shown as a poacher on 3.5 stars, which from the stats I can see kind of looks it. But again, from the stats I can see, he could potentially work as a pressing forward as well. That's what I want. I want a little bit more depth. I've got McMillan and I've got Campbell. And I've also got Whitaker, who can play as that advanced forward. That's 3 separate choices I've got there to play as the advanced forward. It really is pressing forward where I'm struggling a little bit for depth. That's the only position. Fantastic that I've got Benny Ashley-Seal in. Really, really good. But yeah, as I say, him or Liam Cullen, if we can get him in. He looks like he could do a job for us as a pressing forward. He's not the quickest, but he's got the mentals to more than make up for it. But as I say, squad's massive. But Will Tizard wanted on loan. Don't know why. Hadji's just popped his face up on the screen. Or Yegok is wanted on loan. I mean, the defence isn't massive. I mean, I've ended up with 3 left backs after having none at the start of the transfer window. But yeah, Ledwidge probably is going to go out on loan. I'm not particularly keen on sending him out because it means Tinkler would be our cover at right back. And that would put pressure on the defence because we would only have Obi and Tizard. And if Tizard goes, it would leave us quite short for depth at the back. Which is something, as we know from last season, I had to chop and change that defence quite a lot. Then in central midfield, it's an embarrassment of riches. So Oli Egwin, he will end up going out on loan. Charlie Savage, they're wanting him on loan. I ain't letting Charlie Savage go out on loan. He's good enough for the first team right now, so he will get game time this season. If anything, I think I'm going to bring him in as the main substitute for Dan Neil in that deep line playmaker position. I've got him training up for that. I believe he can do a job for me there. And the more he trains it and the more he plays it, if you look at it there, look, for what he's good at, he's more than good enough for that role. And he's got the physicals to make up for it as well. Just to supplement that deep line playmaker role. As I say, Jagney, it's probably the end of the road for Jagney at 2.5 stars. I don't see me using him that much. So there will be a few outgoings between now and the end of the transfer window, which obviously in non-league is right up until March. So it is a long way away. But yeah, Matthew Craig, again, out on loan. Ollie Dyson is one I'm looking at there. 2.5-star current ability. The likelihood is I sell him. The likelihood is I sell that boy. Which is unfortunate because he did well for us last season. Obviously got in the team of the year over Harry Bunn. But yeah, I feel like we're probably going to end up selling him. Now, what else? Did I record, but haven't yet. So I'll show you the dynamics because we haven't been through that. Team cohesion is average. It's going to be. The amount of turnover we've had is ridiculous. Club atmosphere is down to good, but again, high turnover. It's always going to cause little issues. Hierarchy. Now, this is where we're in a little bit of bother. Tinkler did step up and then step straight back down. So he did go up to team leader. And for whatever reason, we got a couple of extra players come in and he dropped straight back down to highly influential. So we're looking for this influential players batch to really step up. But yeah, we are struggling for leaders in the squad massively, but hopefully over the season we'll see that change. Social groups. We've got 4 different social groups, which is a little bit disappointing. I mean, a lot of the players are in that main core group, which is good. But obviously this little group here, we've won. Giles Phillips is in that, and he's vice-captain. Harry Bunn's concerned about his playing time, which he should be because he's expecting to be a star player. He definitely will not be. Connor Johnson at centre-back. He doesn't really have to worry. I feel like he plays. Zabret, again, he'll only be concerned if he has a stinker. And Ollie Dyson. Yeah, Ollie Dyson probably does leave. I'm potentially talking my way into selling that boy right now. Now, let's get into the season preview. We are promotion favourites. 7-5 on to win promotion. We started off around 8th or 9th. We were around about 8-1 on to win promotion. Stockport were massive favourites, with Southend fairly close behind. With the signings we've made, we've jumped up to first, which is amazing. Love that. We've got 3 players in the Media Dream 11. Got Hadji, Dan Neil playing on the right wing. I don't know why you would ever play him on the right wing, because he can only play as a wide playmaker, and I don't know about any of you guys, but I ain't about that life. And Ben Little in central midfield. But yeah, Andrew Nielsen's still showing. Still showing in the Media Dream 11. You might see a little bit of live transfers here, because he is on. He is expired. But he's only 23, so I believe I'll probably have to pay compensation for him, won't I? Let's go in, see what we can do. Because he is better than what we have. Only wanting £2,000. Torquay will be due £50,000. Jesus. I'm going to go away and have a little chat with Torquay and see if we can try and get this guy in. Yeah, we're swiftly going to forget about that guy. Torquay wanted £180,000 for him. No, thank you. I'll potentially look at that 50k, potentially, but again, I need to get him fully scouted before I make them sort of decisions. So what we'll do is I will take you through the starting 11 for this new season. The starting 11 that the media think is going to win this league. So let's hope we do. Now remember, all we need to do is finish mid-table. So in goal, Gregor Zabret. He knows that Turner is hot on them ankles, though. He's after them gloves. So he's going to have to play really well to keep his place in the team. But the old faithful Hadji at right back, with Johnson in next to him. Phillips on that left. Now Johnson has switched over. He was on the left-hand side last season. But Phillips is just that little bit faster. And unfortunately, Matthew Blake, that's his one downfall. He is not the quickest. We've got the midfield duo of Little and Neil, obviously still carrying on their good partnership from last season. We've got Ndukwu on the right wing, Kay on the left, with Ashley Sale and Macmillan up front. Like I say, when you look at the bench, we've got Obi, we've got Savage, we've got Geraghty, we've got O'Connell, we've got Campbell. We have so much strength in depth. Like, if I wanted to make a change on the right-hand side, we scroll up there, 3-star, 3-star, 2.5, 2.5. We've just got so much strength in depth now. It's unbelievable. The only place we really don't is up front. Up front is disappointing for us at the minute. But like I say, with the fact of having the inverted wingers, I'm hoping that'll push them two into the positions that I want them to be. Get Hadji and Blake up supporting, with them two pushing in and almost become a 3 from either side. Whether it's Ndukwu with the ball, I'm hoping Kay's coming in. If Kay's got the ball, Ndukwu coming in. Just as Ollie Dyson did so well for us last season, grabbing 10 goals for the year from them wing positions. But we're going with the same tactic. It's the same custom gegenpress. The guys are really familiar with it, which is strange with how much we've changed the team. But again, team cohesion is pretty rotten. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to show you. I'll show you the finances, which are absolutely unbelievable. Keep them going the way we're going. At the moment, there's nothing that's really interesting me. When you look at job security, I mean, I ain't getting the Burnley job, am I? I ain't getting the Nottingham Forest job. So would I like to apply for Ballyclare in the Bluefin Sport Conference? Probably not. It's the answer to that question. But yeah, again, nothing really tickling me fancy. It's weird that Nottingham Forest have just got promoted and then sacked the manager. I can only think that he's gone elsewhere. Yeah, manager left role. So Chris Hughton, I'm guessing, has took a job elsewhere. He's now the manager of Leeds. Now we've gone down the rabbit hole. What has happened to Bielsa Ball? Because they finished 8th last season. Now Marco Bielsa left. So what's he doing now? Manager of Spurs. I'm not going to go any further. We are not going any further than that. That is as far as the rabbit hole goes. Because I will never dig myself back out of it. So yeah, hopefully we get Liam Cullen in. Hopefully my microphone works. That was a bit of comedy. Probably didn't come through. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking it every time I open it up now, giving it a little test run. But yeah, so next episode, Bromley and Weymouth. We're going to play them 2 games. First game of the season, first home game of the season. And then we will come back for Stockport, who are our main promotion rivals, and Flyde. Like I say, please give this video a big thumbs up, because this has taken a massive amount of effort, especially with losing that footage. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do in this league. I'd love back-to-back promotion. Absolutely love it. So yeah, guys. See you in the next video for the opening 2 matches of the Vanarama National League. See you in the next one.